Hi, I'm Dr. Edwards from Chiropractic, and I'm here today with Jennie Abbot, who's the founder and director of Harmony Kids Yoga in Fort Langley.
Hi.
So today we're going to talk about a few questions that people often have about kids yoga. But first, is there something that you can tell us that makes your yoga studio special?
Sure, I'd love to. So we offer classes for kids ages 3 to 18 years old, and what makes it special is there are only 2 children's yoga and mindfulness studios in the Lower Mainland. The other one is based in Kitts area in Vancouver. So we're really happy to be able to offer kids in this area the tools of calming and mindfulness so they can better manage the ups and downs of life.
That's awesome. So the first most common question that we get is, how young can children start to practice yoga?
So I would say they can start when they're in the womb. That was when I started with my own children, and there are a lot of beautiful ways to use yoga to connect. So with younger children, so babies who aren't yet crawling and mobile, the yoga practice is more a bonding time with the mother. Once they are mobile, they can do yoga. So we bring yoga to preschools with children as young as 1 year old, and I can see the benefits. The teachers tell me that they actually see the children using the breathing techniques when they're upset in their daycare or preschool setting. So it's incredible that the kids can come to these tools at that early age. So basically from the time that they're born, it's a wonderful time to start learning these tools.
Wow, that's fantastic. And how often would you say that it's important for children to practice yoga?
I would say, just like for adults, every day has its ups and downs. So if it can be just a part of your normal everyday routine, it can be as easy as doing some breathing in the morning before school. So we recommend something simple like a slinky. So if you have a slinky at home, you can get that from like the Looney store. And the slinky is an excellent way to practice deep breathing. So they inhale as the slinky grows, and they exhale as it shrinks, and that can be something the parent can lead with the child, or the child can do on their own if they're feeling the need to calm themselves. So practicing a few deep breaths and some simple poses before school is a really great way for kids on a daily basis to get their minds more focused and get their nervous system to calm so that they go off to school ready to learn and to feel prepared for what the day may bring. And then as well as a daily practice before bed, relaxation stories. This is a great book that we use in our classes and a lot of teachers use in classrooms now. So reading some relaxation stories to your child before bed, it helps them to calm again and transition into having a better night's sleep. So it reduces night fears, nightmares, trouble going to sleep or staying asleep. And it's just a really excellent way also to bond with your child and teach them to self-regulate before they go to sleep as well. So that's another yoga and mindfulness practice that you can do every day.
That's great. It seems like the props make it really fun. And
they do, yeah, the kids love it. You don't have to convince them.
Awesome. And how would you say, well, mindfulness is talked about a lot in health right now. How would you say that mindfulness relates to kids yoga?
So mindfulness and yoga are basically already intertwined because the whole practice of yoga is learning how to tune into the present moment, and that's what mindfulness is. And also teaching children how to be in a challenging situation and use their focus that they've learned by doing poses or some focused mindfulness techniques. And it can relate to helping them be more prepared to learn, improving academics, and a number of other things, as well as a lot of mindfulness is about noticing our emotions and healthy ways to process them. So we learn a lot of social emotional learning through these techniques, and those relate to kids that can self-regulate and just are better able to manage every day.
Fantastic. And the last question that we get a lot from parents is it possible for children with physical and behavioral challenges to participate in your yoga classes?
Yes, definitely. So in our weekly studio classes, we do have children who participate in the group classes who have a number of challenges. So it can be anything from autism, anxiety, ADD, ADHD. If there is a child that needs more one-on-one support, we offer private yoga classes as well, so they can have an adapted class. But children of all abilities can practice yoga. So children that are in wheelchairs, that are visually impaired, hearing impaired, and children who are on the autism spectrum, even children who are nonverbal, they really respond very well to the yoga classes. So depending whether a group setting is best for them or one-on-one is something we determine once we meet the child. And it's just a really great way for them to learn to connect. And for a lot of kids with these challenges, especially with ADD, ADHD, and anxiety, it can be really empowering for them because they're learning how to calm their bodies, but it's in such a fun way that they're so invested and they love it that they really shine in the classes, and they're the ones that seem to really come back to it more easily than other children, simply because they know how good it feels and it really works for them. So it's exciting to see children of all abilities participating.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So I'm really thankful for all the information you've given us today and you've shared with us. If you'd like more information on kids yoga, you can go to harmonykidsyoga.com, and you can also contact Jennie, and I'm sure that she can answer a lot more questions that you may have. Thank you so much, Jennie.
You're welcome. Thank you.